on of the Ask Iain show, and thank you very much for joining me. We're here in Rome, in the Piazza Navona Square in Rome, and we're going to have the first question for you. And it's coming. And it's no carb diet advisable. Bottom line is, no, it's not advisable. You need to have a blend of carbohydrates, protein and fats to make up a healthy, well-balanced diet. Now, if you reduce your carbohydrates by a huge amount, you're going to be lacking energy, especially if you're training for high energy events such as marathons, half marathons, and just generally being up and around, being busy. And if you were to reduce your carbohydrates too much, you need to have a look at other factors in the diet system that you may need to increase as well. So let's have a look at, for example, if you had a baked potato, that's 80% water and full of sugar. So it's going to stodge you, fill you out, bloat you, give you a peak of energy, and then it's going to drop back down very, very quickly. But what you need to maybe consider is changing that for some pulses, some lentils, or even having a look at a sweet potato that's going to give you a gradual energy, not going to fill you up, but you're going to get some nutritional value from it. And there's the two types of carbohydrates. There's the simple and then there's the complex. Now, complex is going to take time to release. It's going to take time to burn, and it's going to be full of nutrients, which is what you really need. Rather than just going all carbs are bad, is you need to reduce the simple carbohydrates that you eat. And once you get rid of those, your diet will be much more balanced on energy and nourishment, which is ideally what you need to have. So question number 2. Brilliant question, Sarah Ann. So you're asking me how to avoid getting a stitch or feeling ill or not having enough energy when you're working out. I'm going to assume this is working out in the evening. So to get you right in the evening, we need to bring it all the way back to the beginning of the day. It's breakfast. Now, some people have breakfast, some people don't have breakfast. For me, it's like switching on a switch. You need to have breakfast to kickstart your metabolism, kickstart your energy systems. And great examples of a breakfast, if you're not used to having breakfast, is starting off with something like bran flakes, muesli, porridge. And then if you're more accustomed to those things, you want to be going down the more of the protein-based route. So like an omelette where you can have loads of different things within there. So you can have things like, you can have some fish and salmon in there, which would be great smoked salmon. You can have some avocado, you can have some vegetables. You can really pack it out, and you can have herbs and spices in there, and that's going to really help your metabolism kick on. Then you're going to need to get to lunchtime. What you're going to have at lunchtime is a blend of carbohydrates, proteins and good fats. So that could be like a sweet potato with salad. It could be quinoa salad with some sun-dried tomatoes, some feta cheese, which would be really, really nice. Add some herbs and some spices in there, which would be fantastic. You can also have a little bit of avocado at lunchtime as well. So coming along to 4 o'clock, you need to consider having something that's high in protein and low in carbohydrates, or low in simple carbohydrates. And what you need to consider is rather than reaching for the granola and Nutri-Grain bars and the flapjack bars, obviously other brands are available, so you need to consider along the lines of maybe having 100 grams worth of chicken breast that's cooked, add some spices, salt and pepper on there, a little bit of lemon zest will be really, really useful. A couple of boiled eggs, you can have half an avocado, handful of nuts and some seeds, and that's going to help sustain your energy and pick you up from that lull in the mid-afternoon. It's going to sustain you through to your workout within the evening. The next question is, what an alternative to fizzy drinks can there be? Now, I would say an alternative is going to be very difficult to find. You're going to need to maybe change your taste buds, and here's why. If you've got your generic fizzy drinks over here, there's obviously loads of different brands, and they might have some caffeine in them, and they're going to have loads of sugar that's going to send your body up and down in spikes, and that's not what you want, because your mood's going to be all over the place, your energy's going to be all over the place. And carbonated drinks, if we look at carbon or fizzy drinks, the first couple of words is carbon, and then your body's trying to produce carbon dioxide to breathe it out. You're then putting more in. It's going to make it slower, more lethargic. So you want to not necessarily go from here and go straight down to water, which is the sort of the life source of your body. So you want to try and reduce this down into a level where you have sort of a transitional period that will awaken your new taste buds and numb your taste buds from over here, is then introduce it to there. So something to consider would be going into having some like lovely orange juice, some fresh juices that you can have that dilute with water over a period of time to introduce some more. Now this is very, very important. Water helps your energies, your energy levels, your metabolism and your cells function at the optimum level that it can do. So if you're having something that's like treacle into your body, it's going to slow it down, it's going to dehydrate the cells, they're going to be withered and tired, and it's going to be very difficult to move. Whereas if you can get into water and various juices, that's going to plump your cells up, it's going to make everything more lubricated and move much more freely, and going to help your mood, it's going to help you have a better appetite, because these fizzy drinks are full of sugar and additives that are going to be very difficult for your body to process, and it's going to send them up and down on a roller coaster ride. So my best alternative to that is get over to water as soon as you possibly can, but do it on a transitional scale.